here we are on what page is it? 288. 288. Question 2, isn't it? And we're looking at a new shape. Just this circle, but it's a cylinder really lying down on its side. Okay. I've started a bit of the drawing, and I'm going to continue on just to explain what's going on. All right. So I did my usual routine of how to find a circle touching a cone. All right. And you all know how to do that, and you can look at the other videos if you don't know how to do that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my point of contact, just to bring it down to have. And that's 90 degrees. So there's my point of contact there for the cylinder. Okay. Now the question says, I'm going to duplicate that, I think. I'll just do this so I can see it. There you go. Right, so the question says a sphere is to be rotated along the horizontal plane to a position D. D is down here, so that it is in contact with cone A and cylinder B. Draw the elevation and plan of the sphere C in this position. Now, we often come across one like this, and when I do this every year with my third years, there is always a few people that get caught out by it. Okay, so don't be worrying about that. I'm just going to treat it, my cone sphere, I'm going to treat it the normal way we do a cone and sphere. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to measure out a line perpendicular from my cone, and that is going to be the radius of my sphere. Now the radius of the sphere is 20, and it tells us that in the question. Okay, I'm going to draw a line down here parallel to my cone, so I know that my center point is somewhere along that line there. Okay, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to do a line 20 mil up from my horizontal line, because that is the radius of my cone again. And I'm just going to bring it along. And I know my center point is going to be along that line somewhere. So if I know my center point is going to be along here and along here, it has to be there, because that's where the two intersect. Now you could also bisect this angle and use one of these lines to get that point also. Okay, but I like this one because it's easier to explain. So radius of 20, we measure out 20, and I could just use these measurements here. And do a light circle, really a sphere. Get my point of contact just to have for later when we need it. Perpendicular. Always go perpendicular, do not eyeball it. So I'm not going to draw that sphere there because I don't need it there. I need it down here in position D. Okay, so it's this one now that I have to do. Okay, so I'm going to treat this like we would usually treat a sphere. Okay, just in the front view. Okay, so I'm going to add another sphere to it of radius 20, because that's what they asked for. Okay, I'm going to swing that sphere, and this is going to be a light one, alright, a light sphere, so just so we can envision it a bit better. There's my sphere. Now what I'm going to do is that sphere has to be touching this all the way around. So how we do that is we put our compass point in the middle of this sphere, and then we swing it around. So I know that there is a center point in that line somewhere. Okay, and I know that it is also going to be touching the ground. Okay, so I can just bring over this height, and there is my center point. No, sorry, this one. There's my, I was thinking, that is not right. So, I'm going to go back, get my 20 mil radius of my sphere, and bring it here. Okay, and I want to get the point of contact for that one. Never eyeball it, folks. You have to prove by joining your 2 center points to get that. Okay, when I'm an examiner in my summers, my lead examiner, my head of examining, I don't know, I forget what the name is, he tells me, don't give them full marks if they haven't that line drawn between 2 spheres or 2 circles. They cannot eyeball it. Okay, so make sure, if you want full marks, you're missing out on easy marks there. So make sure you draw that line. There's my point of contact there. So what I want to do, this is sort of the difficult bit to envisage. Trying to do all this down in the plan and what's going on in the plan. Okay, so first thing I'm going to do is I have this point of contact and I have this point of contact. I have this center point and I have this point of contact. Okay. I don't have this point of contact here, even though I have the height. I know it's going to be along there somewhere, because the point of contact won't change height. I know it's going to be along that line somewhere, but I don't have it here. So how I find that is I need to rotate this. I need to rotate my center point down first. Okay, so I know this view here is correct. This is nearly done. I'm just missing a few point of contacts, but my center point is correct. So I'm going to bring that down. Okay, I have this center point, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to swing it around as if it's touching, because it is touching my cone. Okay, and there's my center point there for that one. So I have my sphere now. I can just get the measurement of my sphere and draw her like that. See if you can see that. Yeah. Now that's a light circle. So let's get the points of contact now. So I'm going to bring around this point of contact because I don't have that yet. Now I know it's going to be there somewhere. I still don't have a point up here. So what I need to do is, because I know my point of contact is over here, was here, because it was a straight line from this center point to this center point, I'm just basically going to do that again. I'm going to draw a straight line from this center point to this center point, and I will be able to get my point of contact then. There's my point of contact there. Okay. I bring up my point of contact, bring it over here, boom, this one, boom, and I need to bring down this one in my plan. And again, we don't go back to the center point here because this isn't a sphere, it's a cylinder. So we basically go perpendicular to the cylinder, which is a horizontal line. And where that intersects, there's my point of contact. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4 point of contact, and that's what I want. Okay, I have 2 center points, and just for your own sake, it's better to label them POC, because you're telling the examiner, they ask to show all points of contact. You're telling the examiner, look, here is my point of contact. Give me the marks. Okay? So do it for all of them. Right, and that is my question basically finished. I'm just going to do all my light and heavy lines now, okay? Hold on. Yes, say it on. This one? You're dead right. Absolutely. Good man. This one here. Good man, Adon. Okay. So, that's a good point. Forgot that cylinder there. Alright. Maybe I would have caught it doing my light line, heavy lines, but who knows. So I have 6 points of contact then, okay? Because I have 2 views, 3 altogether. Is that understood? Yeah. Okay. Let me just pause that before I